When it comes to Fujifilm, I think its biggest selling point when it comes to this camera is its recipes. Sure, it could be its image quality, its ergonomics, etc. But I feel like the one main thing, what draws people in, whether it be professional, a hobbyist, or just a normal general customer who wants to get their first camera, is its recipes. And there's so many great creative ways that you can use this aspect into not just your own professional work, or just wanting to post anything on your socials. And this is going to be a series that I'm going to be starting on, just showing off so many different recipes from Fuji X Weekly, or some that I've gotten from friends and colleagues. I even have my own that I've created, which took me 3 years to make. And I think I perfected it. But that mine will be in another video down the line. But I feel like this is a great way to actually show people what these recipes look like, whether it be in a specific time or day, or what special occasion you can actually use these in. If you want to try do something fun, or just implement it in your work as well, and try to just shake things up with what you do as a photographer. But I feel like what better way to start this off than a recipe that I had ended up getting to try from a friend. And you all may have seen her here and there, maybe on Fujifilm's page, or you already follow her on all her socials. She is a filmmaker and also a photographer slash content creator and slash video game person. She does a lot. But there's this recipe that she had made, and I love it so much. It ended up making me want to do more street photography, and I had a whole lot of fun with it. So without further ado, I wanted to share my friend's Fujifilm recipe called Cali Coast by the great Mia. So with these videos, for the rest of this series of me sharing Fujifilm recipes, there is not going to be any type of exceptions for this. Now, I do not like to do reviews on my channel. I feel like, for me personally, they're kind of played out. I don't want to give like a 9.5 or something that you should not buy. I like to just overall talk about the stuff that I like and I enjoy using, or I like to do. um, I don't see any reason to come off as a critic or some kind of big content creator, because I'm just a normal dude with a camera who likes enjoying things, and I get to share that with you guys on here, and gals, and everyone else. So yeah, there'll be no reviews. I'm just going to talk about my experience with it, what I like about it, what I love about it, and if it's something that you want to use in the future. So yeah, let's get into the video, because I've had a whole lot of fun using this recipe, very much, for real. My friend Mia is a filmmaker, photographer, gamer. She probably does so many other things as well. But the one thing that I really do love and enjoy seeing of hers is her attention to great detail, and overall just a great aspect of just how she is. It comes out in her work as well. And when I end up seeing this recipe, it was such a good turn to not be like something else that I have already seen in the past. And it kind of drew me in. And mostly, I'm one of those people who will always support their friends creatively, not toxically. And seeing her when she ended up making this recipe on the Fujifilm site, I believe that's where it was, I took a chance and just like, you know what? I haven't used an actual Fujifilm recipe in a very long time since I created my own. Why don't I give this one a try? And the moment that I took the first few images, which I ended up using on a brand new camera lens that I just got, the 27mm lens, the f2.8, I believe it is, that little baby pancake one. I will have a review on that lens sometime soon when I get a chance to make the video. But I ended up popping that little guy on my X-T4, and I went out to LA, and man, it was such a great feeling to take the first few images. Now, if you do not know me well enough, I am a portrait photographer and I dabble in that fashion, editorial, etc. Um, I have not done street photography in so many years. That is actually how I got started before I end up moving on into taking photos of actual people. And when I tell you taking the first few frames using this recipe, I felt like I was jumping back into nostalgia. There has been so many times where I feel like I don't use my camera to its potential or just overall, and I feel like I only use it when I have a photo shoot or when I'm about to go film something. And using this recipe really took that away and made me feel like I have this camera for a reason. It made me feel great to have it on me, and I still end up buying stuff for it. And I kind of looked at some of the photos and I'm like, damn, I still kind of got it. I am a big fan of lines when it comes to taking stuff for street photography. I don't know why, I'm just a huge fan of lining things up and just lines in general. And I'm very, very into architecture when it comes to my street photography, and taking photos with this recipe, which is really nice. It has a really nice warmth tone to it, but it also has great contrast. That is one of the main things that I love as a photographer. I will love some great contrast, some dark shadows, and this has pretty much what I really like. And to be honest, taking the images with this recipe, I really didn't have to tweak anything, to be honest. And I love just that part as well. There are so many recipes out there that you have to tweak a little bit just because something is either too dark or the contrast is too punchy or it's too warm, etc. With her recipe, I did not have to do that at all. All of the images that you're seeing are coming straight out of camera, not touched at all. And that is one of the main things that I feel like a lot of people, when they do want to get into, making a recipe for their camera, that's the one thing that they want to do. Take the photo, post it on their social. They do not necessarily want to just tweak things here and there. It takes up a lot of time, and that's probably what the Fujifilm recipes were kind of just meant for. Take the photo, send it off, have fun, rinse and repeat. If I were to say what her recipe is actually made for, or what time of day it's actually made for, I would definitely say it is good for all types of daytime, whether it be morning, midday, or during come on, it's coming to you, come on, golden hour. It is great for any daytime conditions. Now, I did not take too many at night. I think I may have only taken like a couple photos at night or a few photos at night. It still holds up a little bit, but when it gets nighttime, there's a lot of darkness around, and like I said, the contrast is a bit punchy in a way, but it still has some nice little look to it. Like, I ain't gonna lie, it's pretty nice. And that was also the 27mm I used at nighttime as well, which, like I said, I'm gonna talk about that lens a little bit later. I've had a lot of fun with it, but overall, it's just really good for any time of day. You just have to be very creative of what you are taking the photo of when you are using this recipe. Now, is it okay for skin tones? I would say you probably are better off not doing too much of skin tones when it comes to this. I feel like it's more towards anything that has to do with not many portraits. And I say this because I'm not saying it's bad for that. I'm saying that I have not taken so many photos with it on other people's skin tones because we are all different colors. So the couple or few that I have here is a good presentation of it, but it would definitely be something you would have to tweak a little bit here and there if you still want to use her recipe and want to try it on other people's skin tones. But yeah, overall, I love her recipe a whole lot. It inspired me to be more of a photographer, and I know that sounds stupid, but sometimes you feel like a photographer, and then there are times you don't feel like you're utilizing yourself as a photographer. And I feel like when I was using her recipe and having so much fun taking photos on it. I enjoyed every little bit of time that I had doing street photography, and I have not done street photography in so long, and I felt so damn awkward being out there with my camera, especially in downtown LA. It is freaking war zone out there. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Hopefully you all enjoy these images as well. And if you would like to try out the recipe, I will have it in the description below, and also with the rest of her socials as well, where you can end up finding her. She is fantastic. I advise you to go follow her and have a, you know, hopefully you get some kind of inspiration from her, because she is great at what she does. But yeah, I just got home from work and I am like tired. I still have a film to edit and I'm hungry right now. So, with that being said, I hope that you all have a good day or a good night or whenever you're seeing this. Bye.